Buenos dias and greetings to our virtual audience joining us from around the country and to all of you right here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome to the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Monday Plenary Breakfast. Joining us now for our national anthem is the College of Southern Nevada's Mariachi Plata. Please stand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's daylight what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rugged red glare, the bones bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
You may be seated. And muchísimas gracias to Mariachi Plata. And now, a message from our corporate chair, J.P. Morgan Chase.
Systemic barriers have created profound inequalities for Black and Hispanic communities, and the disproportionate effect of the pandemic made them worse.
To lift our communities, we're helping drive economic inclusion and increase home ownership, access to affordable housing, entrepreneurship, and bolster financial health.
Our firm's $30 billion racial equity commitment includes helping 40,000 people become homeowners by the year 2026. We are also preserving affordable housing for renters and helping people refinance loans.
We're providing an additional 15,000 loans to small businesses in majority Black and Latino communities and mentoring and supporting entrepreneurs. And we're increasing our spending with diverse suppliers and helping more companies get information on how to get certified.
We're helping make banking more affordable and accessible for people through low-cost accounts, opening community center branches in neighborhoods that need it the most, and investing in minority-owned financial institutions.
We've also committed to a more equitable and representative workforce by developing a diverse talent pipeline for people at all career levels.
This is just the beginning. We are on the path to help drive inclusive growth in communities for a stronger, equitable, and sustainable economy for all. At J.P. Morgan Chase, we're committed to helping close the racial wealth gap.
Honored guests, representing our sponsor, J.P. Morgan Chase, the Managing Director of CAO Supplier Diversity and My Workspace Executive, Barbara Dugas-Patterson.
Good morning. I am very proud and pleased to be a part of this conference. Having been kept apart and in virtual events for the past year and a half, it is meaningful to be with all of you in person. J.P. Morgan has been a proud sponsor of the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce for more than 2 decades. Thank you. We understand the importance of the Hispanic business communities to the vibrancy of the American economy, and we are continuing to push for equity and greater opportunity for entrepreneurs that understand the dedication, tenacity, and creativity it takes to be successful. Last October, JP Morgan Chase committed an additional $30 billion over the next 5 years to advance racial equity, address the key drivers, yes, of the racial wealth divide, and reduce systemic racism against Hispanic and Black people and support our employees. This commitment includes spending an additional $750 million with Hispanic and Black-owned businesses over the next 5 years. And it brings the whole firm, from our sourcing and procurement teams to our bankers, together in support of our goals. It's been almost a year since we made that commitment, and we are making progress. But we also know there's a lot more to do. And with our continued partnership with the USHCC, we will create a business landscape in which all businesses can thrive. Thank you.
Please welcome U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Executive Board Member and founder and CEO of the Santana Group, Rosa Santana.
Hello, everyone. It's so incredible to see you all here in person, isn't it? So great to be here. Thank you. I am so grateful that we could gather here with such an amazing group of people for this U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce's 2021 National Conference. Thank you all for being here. I'm a proud founder, president, and CEO of the Santana Group, which includes Integrated Human Capital, Oviana, Diversa, Workforce Management Mexico, and Forma. Forma is Toyota's first Hispanic woman-owned direct Tier 1 supplier, and I'm very proud of that. Thank you. I'm telling you this because I have the distinct honor today of introducing our first speaker, who was instrumental in helping me grow my businesses to what they are today, and who is also a very dear friend, who I call my sister, Ying McGuire. Ying was recently selected as the CEO of the National Minority Supplier Development Council, a job that she almost seems born to do as a result of her commitment to shattering barriers for women and people of color, people of all colors. In addition to her prolific career as an executive in corporate America, including Technology Integration Group, TIG, and Dell, she's also had a variety of roles in our community. In 2016, she was appointed by the U.S. Secretary of Commerce to the United States Investment Council. She also served as the first woman chair of an advisory board of the International Trade Center and is a founding member of the Greater Austin Chamber of Commerce. In fact, a few years ago, like 10 years ago, Ying and I served on a regional council board of the National Minority Supplier Development Council. Her work has earned her recognition as a champion for supplier diversity, and she has been included as one of the 25 influential women in business by MEA Magazine, America's top diversity advocate by diversitybusiness.com, and Best of the Decade by Minority Business USA. Born and raised in China, Ying immigrated to the United States with one suitcase and $1,000 to pursue her American dream. Please join me in welcoming to the stage CEO and President of the National Minority Supplier Development Council, Ying McGuire.
Thank you, Rosa, for your kind words. What an introduction. Good morning to all. You're awake today from the drinking and gambling. It's an honor to be here as we celebrate the Hispanic Heritage Month. This is my first in-person conference since COVID. Is it your first? Nothing replaces the energy and a positive experience of being together in person. Thank you, Romero and the USHCC team for pioneering a safe post-COVID conference experience and for inviting me as your speaker today. Like many of you, I am a proud immigrant. In the wake of the Tiananmen Square incident, I packed my life into one suitcase with $1,000 and came to the US to pursue my American dream. For the past 20 years, I have been in tech by day, but by night, I mentor startups and young women of color and serve on several nonprofit boards and as a policy advisor of US and UN government agencies. So people ask me why I transitioned from tech industry to a nonprofit about 7 weeks ago. The truth is, what took place last year, COVID and racial issues, made me reevaluate my life priorities and consider a very different career path with a focus on making an impact. Early this year, I was on the beach, working from the beach with my mask on for 20 days and getting tanned. And I was thinking about pivoting from for-profit to governmental or nonprofit to drive impact. I had that moment. And a few days after I came home from the beach trip, NMSDC search firm came calling. I came to NMSDC because I truly believe we have an unprecedented opportunity to elevate minority-owned businesses like many of you and help our nation close the racial wealth gap. On the day when NMSDC issued a press release about my appointment, roughly $1 trillion bipartisan infrastructure investment bill advanced in the US Senate. So for our certified MBEs and for our corporate members, this is a once-lifetime opportunity to participate in the infrastructure build-out. The last time the US government invested in our infrastructure at this scale was after World War II. So people only think of infrastructure work when they think of, people only think of construction work when they think of infrastructure build-out. But it's more than that. The infrastructure build-out require technology, material, logistical services. I just met one Hispanic-owned woman business-owned transportation business. And it requires engineering firms, design firms, accounting services, staffing services, legal services, and much more. So billions of dollars are at stake for you, for all MBEs. At NMSDC, we take pride in 4 pillars of excellence: certify, develop, connect, and advocate. We pioneered a gold standard of MBE certification, which has stood the test for nearly 50 years. Let's talk a little bit about certification. When I was leading Dell's supply diversity effort, we couldn't locate enough certified Hispanic-owned businesses. So let me ask you, how many of you are Hispanic business owners? Raise your hands. Thank you. And the next question is, how many of you are certified? Raise your hands. Thank you. I think only a quarter of you are certified. So we have work to do. And so you may ask, why should you share your tax return, bank account information with strangers in order to get MBE certification? Because NMSDC certification opens the doors to corporate procurement opportunities and enables you to create wealth for your community. These past 12 months, our 14,000 certified MBEs generated $380 billion in revenue and created 1.7 minority jobs. We want you to get a piece of that pie. In today's society, where technology is our focus and direction, there's no leadership without technology leadership. Therefore, we aim to have an end-to-end technology stack that is intelligent, integrated, secure, and proactive, from how we certify MBEs to how we assess your capabilities and analyze your gaps, to how we can educate you, to how we connect you with capital and resources and connect you to business opportunities. So I always ask the question, if Match.com can connect someone's wants with someone else's attributes, why can't NMSDC match MBE's capability with corporate members' requirements through technology? As NMSDC approaches its 50-year anniversary, yes, we're going to be 50-year-old, our mission to advance business opportunities, thank you, for certified MBEs remains as relevant as ever. So the opportunities to affect real change will require us to reimagine and do new things. Our virtual conference taking place October 25th to 28th will reflect our new image. Hope you'll all sign up to attend our conference at nmsdc.org. We look forward to partnering with USHCC to innovate new ways to certify and elevate Hispanic-owned businesses to reach your full potential. Thank you very much.
Esteemed guests, a warm welcome for USHCC board member and Region 3 representative, the President and CEO of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce of Louisiana, Mayra Pineda.
Good morning. Good morning and greetings from my beautiful and resilient state of Louisiana, currently recovering from the impact of Hurricane Ida. Welcome to this important conversation about building capacity through supplier diversity. Supplier diversity has become a top priority, especially after the challenging times we have experienced due to the pandemic. Equity is critical to the health and well-being of our communities and to enable individuals and organizations to thrive. And now it is my honor to introduce our featured speaker, the Honorable Catherine Cortez Masto, Senator of Nevada. Senator Cortez Masto was born and raised in Las Vegas and has made history by becoming the first woman ever and first Latina to be elected to the United States Senate. She earned a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and Finance from the University of Nevada and a JD from Gonzaga University School of Law. Join me now as we listen to this message from Senator Catherine Cortez Masto. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Senator Catherine Cortez Masto, and I want to welcome you to my hometown of Las Vegas. I am so glad you're here to connect and to work together to strengthen the Latino small businesses at the heart of so many communities. And I want to thank the President, Ramiro Cavazos, and the Chairwoman of the Board, Alice Rodriguez. I know you and many others have worked hard to make this conference a success. And of course, I want to thank my friend Peter Guzman of the Latin Chamber of Commerce here in Las Vegas for everything that he does to advocate for our vibrant business community. Latino business owners and entrepreneurs are the backbone of communities across the country, building wealth for families and strengthening our economy. I know how important Latino-owned businesses are in my home state of Nevada, and I'm doing all I can in the Senate to support them and ensure that they can recover economically from the COVID-19 pandemic. Now, as the first and only Latina in the United States Senate, I am committed to making sure that all of our communities have a voice at the table and can thrive. I am also grateful that all of you have gathered in Las Vegas to support Latinos, and I will continue to work with all of you to build a better future.
Our sincere gratitude to Senator Cortez Masto for her inspiration and support. Esteemed guests, the USHCC Million Dollar Club recognizes corporations and procurement executives who actively demonstrate an unwavering commitment to Hispanic business enterprises through their work with Hispanic suppliers. We now invite you to meet the 2021 members of the USHCC Million Dollar Club.
Million Dollar Club was established to recognize corporations and procurement executives who actively demonstrate an unwavering commitment to Hispanic business enterprises, HBEs, through their work with Hispanic suppliers. Thank you for your participation and your support. And now, we applaud the following corporations on their spin with Hispanic suppliers.
Felicidades to the Million Dollar and Billion Dollar Club members. And now, breakfast will be served. Enjoy this time with colleagues and amigos as we share just a few of thousands of chamber members' experiences of fortitude and success during the pandemic, thanks to their partnership with USHCC and their local chambers.
I'm Jose Carlos Huaso with Doral Motors here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. We're a family business. Doral Motors has been established for 15 years. Business before the pandemic was great. We were selling record amounts of cars, and the pandemic stopped everything. In Doral Motors, we stay hardworking, we stay focused, we stay open during the pandemic, going door to door, selling cars from house to house, whatever it took to get the business done. I've been working with the Hispano Chamber for years now, getting the Hispanic business together and making them all work as a team. During the pandemic, like everyone, we were closed for a couple months. We didn't know how to get by, and I was able to ask for help at the Hispano Chamber, and they helped me how to get a loan, how to get in touch with Wells Fargo, and they connect me the right way to get everything funded. The Hispano Chamber has helped many businesses like myself get resources and get different help that we always needed, but we didn't know it was there for us. Please use your local chamber and treat them with respect. The Hispano Chamber has helped our business do many goals that we didn't know we could do before. Thank you, Chamber, for all your hard work and all your help.
Okay, class, did you know outer space is so big, we don't know where it starts or even where it ends? And in all of that, in all of the universe, the most complex thing ever discovered is the human brain.
AT&T keeps kids and teachers connected so the learning never stops.
Let's jump in. Now, who wants to look inside the brain?
A citizen creates openings for everyone, saves a seat at the table for others, like having 100% pay equity in salary across the board, hiring inclusively and diversely, upskilling individuals with skills to lead the way, and giving back to communities. Because as citizens, we can't move forward until we all move forward. Citizen Verizon, our plan for economic, environmental, and social advancement.
Caesars Entertainment, consistently ranked one of the most community-minded companies in America. We boast a culture of giving and social equity. We're dedicated to investing in our communities. We are caring for our environment, driving sustainability and preserving quality of life on Earth. And we are creating memorable experiences for our guests through innovation, engaging with diverse suppliers, and through industry-leading responsible gaming practices. People, planet, play. It's our commitment to our guests, team members, suppliers, environment, and communities.
We are the strong, the tenacious and compassionate members of diverse communities. We don't let others define us. We remember our roots, while bravely writing the script for our own future. We have an undeniable zest for life and a heart that beats with resounding determination. Whether it's supporting our Toyota team members, embracing the richness of their cultural diversity, or partnering with them to drive business decisions, or serving the community, collaborating with grassroots and national organizations. Together, we're improving access to opportunities, where members of every generation can thrive. We celebrate you. When we come together, we can create limitless possibilities for all. Vayamos juntos.
Good morning, everyone. Buenos dias a todos. My name is Andrew Sanchez, and on behalf of Toyota, it's a pleasure to welcome you to our ERG Summit and Challenge Breakfast, Building Capacity Through Supplier Diversity. Toyota has been a longtime supporter of employee resource groups as a key way to foster an inclusive workplace. It's also been a longtime supporter of the Latino community. In fact, back in 2000, the Latino ERG, Todos, which I now chair, was the company's very first ERG. Today, Todos has more than 1,200 members across North America, and we've evolved to become a business partnering group, or BPG. That's the subject of our panel discussion today, how ERGs can be utilized in the business community to increase supplier diversity, how they can become business partnering groups. At Toyota, our BPGs not only do a lot of work for our shared communities inside the company, but also outside. At Todos, for instance, we have high school mentoring programs to build students' skills in public speaking, personal finance, and job preparation. We've seen time and again that our own team members are the best ambassadors to our shared communities. It makes sense to go a step further to increase supplier diversity by utilizing the natural bridges our BPGs have to those communities. Without further ado, let's hear from our great panel, which includes Toyota's very own Rosa Santana, our very first Latina Tier 1 direct supplier. Thank you, and vayamos juntos.
Hello, everyone, y saludos a todos. I'm Jenny Flores, and I serve as Head of Small Business Growth Philanthropy at Wells Fargo. I hope you are all enjoying the conference. Thank you, USHCC, and the entire network of Hispanic chambers across the U.S. It's been truly remarkable to see the determination and resiliency of the small business community. Hispanic-owned businesses have made incredible strides, but there is still a lot of uncertainty. The importance of collaborating cannot be understated. It takes all of us to create more equity for Latina and Latino-owned small businesses and to get them back to growth. And they will grow. Time and time again, Latinx entrepreneurs have been at the forefront of economic rebound, and we'll all be here for them. During the convention last year, we announced a new round of funding through Wells Fargo's Open for Business Fund, a roughly $420 million small business recovery effort. While capital is critical, we know entrepreneurs also need access to experts so they can rebuild stronger and be better prepared for future shocks. Today, I am thrilled to announce a $1 million Open for Business Fund grant to the USHCC Educational Fund, which will support the launch of GANAS, or Growing America's Negocios Through Access and Scale, a collaborative with Latino Business Network and Hispanic Heritage Foundation. This collaboration will bring technical assistance to small businesses at the local level. On behalf of my colleagues at Wells Fargo, we're so happy to be on this journey with you. It's inspiring to think about the kind of change we can create together if we are very intentional about creating long-term systemic change, building a deeper support system that nurtures and includes all communities. Thank you.
Estimados colegas, we hope you've enjoyed your breakfast and time with friends. And a big virtual hola to our friends and colleagues tuning in from the Colorado Springs Hispanic Chamber. We're glad you're here. And now, to continue our program, welcome U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Board Member and Vice President of Consumer Supply Chain and Logistics for AT&T, Rachel Coots.
Good morning. How about those Raiders? Boo, I'm a Broncos fan. Woo, 3-0. All right, Cowboys only because they're NFC. All right, at AT&T, which you all saw just a minute ago, I'm so proud of our supplier diversity program, spending over $1 billion with Hispanic-owned businesses. I'm actually new to the board, and my whole point for joining the board is to better understand the Hispanic segment and what AT&T can do to further drive that spend. But HBE capacity building is one of our core tenets to driving diverse business success. Cultivating diverse suppliers helps us bring more innovation to our products and services, and clearly it gives us a competitive edge. We are solidly committed to continuing and improving these efforts. There are factors that must be considered when trying to build capacity or grow your business: access to capital, business development, and advocacy and mentoring within the corporation itself. Business-to-business mentoring and business fostering are two initiatives within our program that promote scale and capacity for many of our diverse suppliers, which we believe leads to business growth. Ultimately, we know that as we support capacity building efforts, we are creating the opportunities for diverse businesses to gain traction for larger opportunities that then can grow to make significant contributions to growing jobs and supporting local communities. So thanks to all of you for participating in this USHCC conference. I'm looking forward to an exciting next couple of days. And I want to reiterate that AT&T is fully committed to our supplier diversity program and to the Hispanic community. Today, though, it's with great pleasure that I introduce Ambassador Catherine Tai. Ambassador Tai was sworn in as the 19th United States Trade Representative on March 18th, 2021. As a member of the President's Cabinet, Ambassador Tai is the principal trade advisor, negotiator, and spokesperson on U.S. trade policy. Ambassador Tai earned a Bachelor of Arts degree in history from Yale University and a Juris Doctor from Harvard Law School. And she's fluent in Mandarin. Ladies and gentlemen, Ambassador Tai.
Hello, everyone. I hope you are having a great conference so far. After a virtual gathering last year, I am sure that it is great being back together again with familiar faces and colleagues. I appreciate this opportunity to talk about our work at USTR and identify opportunities where we can work with the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. We all know that trade is essential to a well-functioning global economy, and through bilateral and multilateral engagement with key trading partners, we can remove discriminatory barriers, raise labor and environmental standards, and address the pressing issues that will define the next decade and beyond. Effective trade policy also helps our businesses reach new markets and new customers, an issue that I know is a high priority for this conference. Today, I want to outline several steps on how we can do just that. First, we can assist in finding those new markets and customers. The United States, Mexico, Canada agreement presents an enormous opportunity for American businesses, and Canada and Mexico are the top 2 international markets for Hispanic-owned exporting firms. During meetings with my Mexican and Canadian counterparts, I have emphasized that they must follow through on commitments to expand market access for U.S. businesses in their countries. Hispanic-owned businesses benefit from trade with Mexico in particular and are uniquely positioned to capitalize on family, cultural, and linguistic ties to sell their products. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, 30% of exports from U.S. Hispanic-owned businesses went to Mexico. That is compared to 16% of exports for all U.S. companies. Second, we can make sure you have a seat at the table as we develop trade policy. I am committed to ensuring that our small and medium-sized enterprises, and particularly those owned by women and people of color, are represented in our agenda. To do this, we encourage participation in the USMCA's SME Dialogue, which brings together businesses and stakeholders, including those representing underserved communities, with government officials to strengthen regional trade and investment ties. We are looking to convene the dialogue early next year, and I hope you will join us. Beyond Mexico and Canada, we are actively exploring market opportunities through our Trade and Investment Framework Agreements, or TIFAs. The list of 42 countries, economies, and regional organizations with whom we have TIFAs includes 6 Latin American countries, the Caribbean Community and Common Market Association, as well as Indonesia, South Africa, Vietnam, and Taiwan. This engagement will help us strengthen existing economic partnerships while forging new ones in exciting and growing regions. I hope to work with your businesses and the Hispanic Chamber to ensure our TIFA strategy will benefit your work. And finally, USTR views the Biden-Harris administration's Build Back Better agenda, and specifically the President's infrastructure bill, as an important tool to advance our trade priorities. The United States must maintain its competitive edge in the global economy. Our trade partners and our competitors are investing in their infrastructure and boosting their domestic sectors. The United States must do the same. This bill will benefit many of your businesses. It will help you transport products on reliable roads and highways and through modernized ports. It will allow you to connect to customers in rural communities through high-speed broadband. And it will benefit the manufacturers, construction firms, and their workers who will help us complete the most ambitious public works investment since the creation of the interstate highway system. We have seen the power and influence of Hispanic and Latino-owned businesses. The President's Build Back Better agenda will position your companies for success. It isn't enough to simply return to pre-pandemic times. As United States Trade Representative, I am committed to making sure that our trade policy is a catalyst for greater growth and prosperity for each of you and the entire U.S. Hispanic community. Thank you for having me, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the conference.
Many thanks to Ambassador Tai. We now invite you to welcome Chair-elect of the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, Nelson Rainieri.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to hit the unmute button. I apologize. It's wonderful to be here in person, so let's get that energy level up a little bit more. Look to the person to the right of you and say, you are fantastic. So now look the other way and say, eres increíble. Okay. This is a Hispanic conference, okay? All right. So good morning. Thank you for joining us at such an important gathering. Before introducing our Treasury Secretary, allow me to express my appreciation to our board, starting with our chair, Alice Rodriguez, wonderful CEO, Ramiro Cavazos, and his outstanding team, as well as our chambers and our sponsors. We greatly appreciate you. And a shout out to those Hispanic-owned businesses and entrepreneurs joining us today. Ustedes nos inspiran. You inspire us with your vision, your efforts, and your accomplishments. There'll be many positive outcomes from today, but one I really hope emerges clearly is the message that we cannot have a full economic recovery without a vibrant Hispanic community or business community. And one person that understands that is Secretary of the Treasury, Janet Yellen. When she addressed our legislative summit earlier this year, she told us she was, quote, confident Hispanic entrepreneurs can lead us out of a crisis again. I know Hispanic workers can power a recovery, she said, potentially in an even bigger way than a decade ago, as long as we remove some of the longstanding barriers that have been in your way, as we said. Secretary Yellen is an economist by training with close to 50 years in academia and public service. She is the first person in American history to have led the White House Council of Economic Advisors, the Federal Reserve, and the Treasury Department. When President Biden nominated Dr. Yellen to the post of Treasury Secretary, he said that she, quote, understands what it means to people and their communities when they have good, decent jobs. At the USHCC, we appreciate the deep engagement that we have with her office to ensure that design, as well as the implementation of programs intended to help our business community, reflects the needs and opportunities facing our community. So let's express our appreciation to Secretary Yellen for sharing her views and her support today. Muchas gracias.
Hi, everyone. This is the Treasury Secretary, Janet Yellen, and I'm very glad for the chance to address the U.S. Hispanic Chamber once again. When I last spoke to you, it was March, and we were still in the depths of the pandemic and its adjacent economic crisis. But I pointed to recent history. In the aftermath of 2008 and the Great Recession, it was Hispanic-owned businesses that drove a large portion of the recovery. And after 2012, the number of new Latino-owned businesses grew at more than twice the national average. History, I thought, could repeat itself so long as we remove some of the long-standing barriers that have been in your way. Well, that's what our Treasury Department has been busy doing for the past 6 months. We know that even though the Hispanic community outperforms in the creation of new businesses, you have less access to capital to create and grow them in the first place. So we've been injecting new funds into financial institutions that serve communities that the financial sector traditionally hasn't served well. The $12 billion we're now allocating for community lenders is more funding than has flowed through the CDFI fund since its creation in the 1990s. But this is just one of many measures, and all are just a start. As I record this video, Congress is considering the President's Build Back Better agenda, historic investments in things we know are crucial for economic growth: infrastructure, education, childcare, housing. We're now engaged in a great economic project, repairing the broken foundations of our economy, and on top of them, building something fairer and stronger than what came before. When all is said and done, I hope and I expect that you and your businesses will not only benefit from this new kind of economy, you'll also help to build it. Best wishes for a successful conference.
Our sincere gratitude to Secretary Yellen. Distinguished guests and friends, to continue our program, welcome our Employee Resource Group MC, USHCC board member and President and CEO of the Wisconsin Latino Chamber of Commerce, Jessica Cavazos.
Buenos días a todos. I want to hear it more. You know, I know you guys were at that VIP party yesterday, but buenos días a todos. Good morning. Let me allow you to take a moment and just sink this in, because I think right now we're just in such a great place with so many Latinos of power. And I want to take the moment of privilege while I offer my deep appreciation for all of you who have gathered here today as we celebrate the best convention, the USHCC National Conference. Although we were able to connect last year virtually, we missed the abrazos and seeing each other face to face. And today, even with masks, we are happy to be in the same room with you all. For those of you joining us from home, we send you virtual abrazos. Each year, the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce invites you and our corporate partners and members to complete in the Employee Resource Group Challenge and Summit. These groups are avenues within our corporations where employees can find professional development opportunities, events, networking opportunities, and community service activities. It is our very competitive program at the USHCC, as we always get hundreds of submissions from great ERGs. However, only one can win. So today, we will hear from the top 3 finalists. To get this far, they have to demonstrate their membership growth, recruitment, impact on career advancement and opportunities, cultural awareness, and promotion from within the corporation and their community service. After you hear from our 3 finalists today, the audience will pick the winner. Are you ready to pick the winner? Yeah. All of you in the room here in Las Vegas and home virtually will cast your vote. On behalf of all my fellow board members and the USCC board president, we applaud our ERGs as we are proud to present 3 top winners, or finalists. First up, let me welcome AT&T's ERG, Hacemos.
Hello everyone, it is an honor to join you here today. My name is Ana Garcia, Hacemos National President. Hacemos is the Hispanic Latino Employee Resource Group at AT&T. Our mission is to foster an environment where we can grow professionally and individually and within our community. This year, the 2020 pandemic exhibited some challenges. However, we managed to deliver not only on our signature event, but also drive some new initiatives. Here's Dawn to share about our signature event.
Thank you, Anna. My name is Dawn Cordero, and I am the EVP of Operations for Hacemos. And today, I am honored to present our 2 signature events for Hispanic Heritage Month. Our first, the Latinos Talk Series, is a 4-part conversation where we bring in external and internal panelists to discuss addressing the digital divide, strengthening workforce representation, increasing economic opportunities through the Hacemos Scholarship Foundation, and cultural similarities. Our next signature event is where we partner with ACER to continue the conversation to discuss Hispanics and our history, achievements and contributions, the evolution of vocabulary, defining Hispanic, Latino, Latina, and Latinx, as well as professional development challenges, opportunities, and resources. Hacemos is also honored to present our 23rd annual National High Technology Day on October 28th. This year's theme, Bringing the World Together, Uniendo el Mundo, is a single-day event which will expose Hispanic high school students to STEM careers. One way to get Hispanic youth interested in careers in science, technology, engineering, and math is to expose them to Hispanics already in those careers. During the multi-city event, Hispanic role models will challenge and mentor young people and encourage them to consider a variety of STEM career fields.
As you know, it takes a village to empower a community, and a village is what Hacemos has. What you're seeing across your screen now is our National Executive Board. These leaders have taken the reins on delivering the next initiative, the Latino Talks, a monthly webinar where we have candid conversations about topics often considered difficult to navigate in the Latino community, including topics such as colorism, being Latino and Asian, being LGBTQA+ and Latino, imposter syndrome, mental health, financial literacy, and navigating corporate career progression, amongst others. Each session is led and hosted by one of our National Executive Board members and consists of a panel of a diverse background, including some of AT&T senior leadership, subject matter experts, external partner collaborations, and our members as well. Each session is recorded and surveyed with an overall NPS of over 95%. You can check some of them out on our Hacemos YouTube channel. In addition to Latino Talks, our second initiative is our Hacemos Emerging Latina Leadership Program, which I'll let Martha share more about. Thank you, Martha.
Hello, U.S. Chamber of Commerce. My name is Martha Aldaco, and I am the Executive Vice President of Professional Development for Hacemos. While navigating my path in AT&T's vast network, I saw a gap and found a need to develop a leadership program for Latina leaders who aspired for leadership roles and career opportunities that I was sure they could master with great skill. I wanted to open the door for them to access those learning resources that would prepare them to take on those strategic roles that affected their career and growth opportunities. So it was years in the making, and Hacemos provided the platform and the opportunity to make my vision a reality. Earlier this year, we launched a first-of-its-kind Emerging Latina Leadership Program. This is a 6-month program with a goal of creating a pipeline of fully engaged, knowledgeable, and skilled workforce of emerging Latina professionals. The program includes a speaker series with topics ranging from business acumen to strategic thinking to executive presence, along with a self-paced LinkedIn learning curriculum, mentoring, and a vigorous capstone presentation at the end. We currently have 25 leaders who will be graduating at the end of October, and we look forward to their continued success. As our hashtag goes, Juntos Hacemos Más. And from my heart to yours, thank you.
Yes, Juntos Hacemos Más. From golf tournaments to backpack drives to delivering scholarships to deserving Latino students, Hacemos does more together. We thank all of our chapters and all of our members for the continued contributions, and thank all of our sponsors, all of our partners for their support. Thank you, USHCC, for allowing us to share our message today. Have a great day.
Diversity and inclusion are essential to the success of any business, and it is not new to Cintas. As my father, Dick Farmer, states, "In the spirit is the difference." It's important to recognize the potential in every human being. It's important to involve everyone and to make everyone a confident and contributing member to the team. This statement clearly speaks to the foundation and intentionally inclusive culture of Cintas. Our culture remains strong because of our diversity and inclusion, and I appreciate your being part of it.
Foundational to our culture is the notion that every partner is important, every role is important, and so we're creating environments where everybody comes to work feeling welcomed and valued. That's the foundation of inclusion.
When Dick Farmer started this company, he realized that highly engaged partners and creating an inclusive environment was critical to the long-term success of Cintas.
We believe that if our partners are going to be engaged, they're going to give us that discretionary effort because they're interested not only in their success as an individual, but also in the collective success of Cintas as a whole.
We want to create environments at Cintas where everybody comes to work feeling welcomed and valued, and we provide training and education on that constantly.
We do that really by encouraging, developing, making sure that you spend the time out on the floor just talking with partners. The most important thing that I do every day is serving and empowering our partners to be the best that they can be.
My goal at Cintas is that when someone asks who's responsible for diversity, the answer is we all are.
Thank you to the selection committee for selecting Todos as a finalist in this year's ERG Challenge. Cintas has a robust diversity and inclusion strategy, which also includes ERGs. At Cintas currently we support 4 ERGs: Valor for the military, WAVE for women, RISE 2 for African Americans, and Todos for Hispanic and Latinos. Todos, together offering diverse opportunities and solutions. Todos is Cintas' ERG to help share the Hispanic and Latin American culture throughout the company. It helps connect Hispanic and Latinos, but it also provides them a platform so that they can apply their skills and talents to help us advance our diversity and inclusion journey. Todos is based around 3 foundational pillars: communications, employee development, and external relations. Under communications, one of our important strategies is our quarterly newsletter, where we feature relevant topics and events, we highlight employees, but also we use it as a way to share information about the Hispanic heritage and the culture. Another important element of our communication strategy is our LinkedIn presence, particularly our Todos Tuesday. Our communications team developed a catchy yet very effective Todos Tuesday feature in which every week they spotlight an employee or they highlight a mentor relationship, and they also feature at times interesting recipes. What this has done has allowed us to not only connect in a different way with our members, but also connect with other people that perhaps are not members of Cintas or not members of the Hispanic community, but because of our Todos Tuesday feature, they'll learn a little bit more about Cintas and our Hispanic heritage. In order to increase reach of our LinkedIn page, we created a text marketing campaign to direct traffic to our LinkedIn page on Todos Tuesday.
In our employee partner development pillar, we have developed a speaker series where we feature our Hispanic Latino executives. They share their personal story, professional journey, and leadership lessons learned along the way. A very important part of our employee development pillar is our mentoring program. Here we pair our junior managers with an established professional, and these are featured during our mentor spotlights. Cintas is a national company, and we are growing Todos leadership by establishing chapters across the nation. Those chapters have their own boards, leadership teams, and initiatives. A few of those initiatives and strategies have been implemented at Todos as part of our national program. Todos' third pillar is external relations, where we work with effective organizations such as the Hispanic Association of Colleges and Universities, where we sponsor students. Additionally, we work with the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce, and Cintas supports not only our ERG Summit, but also our overall partnership. An outstanding benefit gained during our partnership with the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce and the participation in the ERG Challenge is the ability to meet and benchmark other great companies and leaders. We have taken great ideas that will continue to benefit us as we continue in our D&I journey.
Even though Todos is a fairly young ERG at Cintas, we are proud of our contributions and the positive impact that we have made. And we're looking forward to continuing to improve our programs so that we can make an even greater positive impact. Under our communications pillar, we will expand our newsletter audience to reach even more employees and even more non-Hispanic and Latinos so that we can share more of our heritage. Also, we will grow our LinkedIn presence by improving our content based on the audience feedback that we've already received. And lastly, we are going to be launching a podcast series where we will feature impactful content to make meaningful contributions in the professional and personal journeys of our members. Under our employee development pillar, we will expand our speaker series to draw in a bigger audience beyond PBRG members. Also, we will significantly grow our mentor program by connecting even more junior professionals with established executives. And lastly, we will launch a resource center that will serve as a repository for valuable professional and personal development tools for our members. Under our external relations pillar, we will continue to grow our strong relationships with Hispanic and Latino organizations to support their missions. We will also continue to identify opportunities to partner with charitable organizations and provide our members a channel to give back to their communities. And also, we want to connect with even more Hispanic and Latinos outside of Cintas to invite them to join our company and our journey. Todos has made a great positive impact at Cintas and with the Hispanic and Latino community. We will use our momentum and enthusiasm to make Todos better and to make an even greater impact. Muchas gracias.
Hola, my name is Rafael Fulton Fernandes, and I'm a Global Senior Project Manager at Lenovo and the Chair of HOLA, Hispanics and Latinx of Lenovo Association. HOLA's vision and mission is to empower and advance the careers of Lenovo employees of Hispanic and Latinx descent through professional development, fostering community involvement, and industry networking while promoting Lenovo brand and values. Through a community-based environment with Latinx descent people and allies, HOLA follows the 4C model: culture, communication, commerce, and careers. Our board is divided into 4 subcommittees: networking, communication, community partnerships, and professional development. Each subcommittee has a lead and a co-lead, which helps with the strategic and operational aspects of each one of the 4 Cs.
For the past few years, HOLA have expanded its outreach from Raleigh, Durham, North Carolina, to partnering with organizations nationwide. Throughout the month of September, HOLA promotes various volunteer activities in partnership with the Lenovo Foundation during the Global Month of Services. Each HOLA partnership consists of various events and meetings throughout the year to build trust and a strong relationship with the community's partner, which enables HOLA to grow from 2 partners in 2018 to 10 partners in 2021. With creativity, focusing community, and consistent operational excellence, HOLA has created flagship programs with the partners such as Isla Hora en Español, NC Chip weekly speaking series, Latinx Mockups interview, and diversity and inclusion recruitment, and others. Thank you.
Our networking subcommittee focuses on organizing town halls, fireside chats, and courageous conversations with all Lenovo employees, as well as bringing in guest speakers and organizing HOLA's main event, Diaspora. Diaspora is a key event during Hispanic Latinx Heritage Month in which HOLA focuses on the celebration of all cultures, traditions, and history of people within the community of Latinx descent. Now, our communications subcommittee focuses on promoting roundtables, creating our newsletter, events coordination, videos, and a broader and deeper knowledge of our community, history, and facts.
We appreciate your consideration and support to Lenovo, and especially to HOLA. We, as one community, can help increase the environment of diversity and inclusion within the corporate world. It is a long journey of learning, helping each other, and celebrating our heritage. Our uniqueness brings us together and makes us all one. One Lenovo. We are Lenovo.
Honored guests and friends, at this time, we invite you to cast your votes for your top employee resource group using the instructions on the screen. And as we calculate all the votes, we offer this message from our sponsor, American Airlines.
For all of your reasons to travel, you are why we fly. American Airlines.
Good morning. Buenos días. My name is Yalit Macias, and I'm happy and humbled to be here representing our company, American Airlines. We are a proud member of the U.S. Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. I started my career in 1994 in American Airlines as a reservations agent in Mexico City. Since that time, I've promoted, and today I hold the position of Senior Manager of International Reservations, working at our headquarters in Dallas-Fort Worth, Texas. Thank you. American Airlines is a global airline, and we have a very diverse workforce. Outside of the United States, we have 11 reservations offices. 7 of them are in Latin America and the Caribbean. We care for people on life's journey, and we are committed to creating a more inclusive and diverse workforce and supplier base. We celebrate with you Hispanic Heritage Month, and we look forward to working with small Hispanic-owned businesses through our Supplier Diversity Program. Again, thank you for the opportunity to speak with you, and I hope you choose American Airlines for your next journey. Gracias y buenos días.
Video. So, buenos dias. Good morning, everyone. My name is Jose Aguayo, and I'm the chair for the UPS Latino Hispanic ERG, and I'm excited to represent UPS as sponsor of the ERG Summit. UPS believes that intentional and consistent efforts to support underrepresented communities leads to better outcomes throughout our business. Reason why we partner and support organizations like the USHCC. That said, and as a passionate ERG leader, I always look forward to the ERG Challenge. Quite frankly, to me, it's better than watching football, and I'm serious about that. So I'm always excited and look forward to learn how these amazing companies execute on their big C's, community, career, commerce, but I think most importantly, culture. Muchas gracias. Thank you.
Please welcome back our ERG MC, Jessica Cavazos.
Wow, I must say that we have some wonderful finalists. And may we please have another round of applause for them? What an amazing group. It's hard to choose just one, but we can all vote. That's a great thing, huh? The voting is almost complete. So please take your phone and scan the QR code on your phone's screen and cast your vote. It only takes 2 seconds, and we have only a little bit before we announce the winner. So last year, the coveted first place was Wells Fargo, ERG, Latin Connection. Round of applause, please. And today, representing them is Patty Juarez, who shares some well wishes to this year's finalist.
Hola familia, it's Patty Juarez, President of the Hispanic and Latino Connection at Wells Fargo. We are thrilled to partner every year at the United States Hispanic Chamber of Commerce Conference to highlight employee resource groups throughout the country. We really appreciate the powerful work that the USHCC is doing for Hispanic and Latinx employees in supporting their professional growth and advocating for development opportunities. Gathering like-minded companies that see the value and the power of employee resource groups is one of my favorite parts of the conference. Congratulations to all of the finalists this year. We are so proud of you. Best wishes to the next winner as we pass on the baton to the 2021 ERG of the Year. Enjoy the conference.
Are you having fun? It's kind of like a nightclub setting in here, right? We don't even know it's like 10 o'clock out there, right? So this year's winners is AT&T Hacemos. Can I have a round of applause for them? AT&T has been such a great collaborator, and we're happy to have them as our finalists.
Congratulations! This concludes our morning program.